Thanks for joining us this evening on TKO8 Local News. Boone County Sheriff Mike Moore would like to alert citizens and businesses about a possible scam making its way around Arkansas. Someone is posing as the Arkansas Sheriff's Association representative and asking for donations to fund the Sheriff's Toy Drive for the upcoming year. He stresses that his office is not engaged in any such drive, nor is the Arkansas Sheriff's Association. The only activity that the Sheriff's Office is working on right now is the upcoming Boone County Sheriff's Charity Golf Tournament on May the 7th. Sheriff Moore wants everyone to be aware that these scammers may be calling you. He also says that residents should feel free to call the Sheriff's Office at 870-741-8404 with reports of any such scam or to verify that anyone asking for any type of donation is actually from the Sheriff's Office. Berryville police are investigating the burglaries of two Berryville businesses a day apart. According to police, overnight on April the 19th, there was a break-in at the Happy Taco restaurant. Investigators say that an incident mainly got snack items from the inside of that location. Then on April the 20th, Berryville police responded to Castle Rental and Pond when a burglar alarm was tripped and phoned into the police department. When police responded, they found a hole that had been cut in the roof to gain access to the building. Apparently, at some point, the burglar alarm went off and police found the suspects had already fled by the time they arrived. Anyone with information on either of these burglaries are asked to contact the Berryville Police Department at 423-3343. And Harrison police are investigating a reported stabbing that took place Monday night and are still looking for the alleged suspect as of news time. A police report shows an officer at officer at North Arkansas Regional Medical Center called for a uniformed officer at the hospital around 10:30 p.m. on Tuesday in reference to the stabbing. Police Chief Paul Woodruff said investigators spoke at the hospital with 20-year-old Caleb Croft of Harrison, who is the apparent victim in the case. Croft said he and a 22-year-old Aaron Matthew Conrad of Lead Hill were in a fist fight when Conrad allegedly produced a knife and stabbed Croft in the left thigh. Conrad fled the scene and a friend took Croft to NARMC. A witness at the hospital took the knife from Conrad after the fight and turned it over to police at the hospital. Woodruff said detectives are filing an affidavit for Conrad's arrest, but no arrest has been made as of news time. A Mountain View woman has been missing for nearly a month, and authorities are asking for the public's assistance. According to the Mountain View Police Department's Facebook page, 43-year-old Linda D. Brewer was reported missing April the 14th. Brewer was last seen February 28th at a residence in Mountain View. She is described as a white female, approximately 5 foot 1 inches tall, 124 pounds. She has blonde hair, green eyes, and light skin complexion. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Linda Brewer is asked to contact the Mountain View Police Chief Bobby Day or Investigator Jeremy Broden at 870-269-4211. As a result of budget constraints, the Army Corps of Engineers Mountain Home Project Office will defer all new shoreline activity requested at North Fork Lake from May 1st until October 1. Written requests or applications will not be accepted during the deferral period. The deferral will not affect shoreline permit renewal requests or ownership transfers. Shoreline use requests include fire protection and footpath permits, private or community boat dock requests, and requests for modification to any existing boat dock. Permit holders are reminded that the terms and conditions of their permits will still be enforced and all zoning criteria and shoreline management regulations remain in effect. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at some headline news from around the region as TKO8 News continues.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camps Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camps Plants and Business for over 30 years in Harrison.
Stop and shop. Where your friends and neighbors shop.
No one saves you and your family money like Edwards Grocery does. Check out this week's specials. Bone-in sirloin roast, only 79 cents per pound with a family pack. Best choice granulated sugar, 2 for $3. Dole golden ripe pineapples, only 99 cents each. Selected varieties, Peter Pan peanut butter, 3 for $5. And chicken leg quarters, only $4.99 in the 10-pound bag.
Edwards Grocery saves your money.
Here's another satisfied client from Dental Creations of Harrison.
That several people complain about after a year it doesn't fit, it doesn't feel right. And it's because your mouth changes, and they offer the final set of dentures, and it's just like your own teeth. I eat corn on the cob, I eat steak, and Wanda and Dave and Tara was my personal person in there. They're awesome people in there.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
The state Senate has declined to consider overriding Governor Asa Hutchinson's line item veto of legislation that would have ended Arkansas' version of the Medicaid program. In a voice vote, the Senate rejected a motion by Senator Bart Hester of Cave Springs that would have cleared the way for a separate vote and on overriding the Republican governor's line item veto. State Senator Scott Flippo of Bull Shoals, along with State Senator Missy Irwin of Mountain View, had opposed the governor's plan. In the vote last week, Flippo voted present and Irwin did not vote. In yesterday's voice vote, no roll call was taken. A prosecutor says Arkansas prison guards were justified when they shot and killed a convicted killer who was trying to escape. Jefferson County prosecutor Kyle Hunter ruled the officers acted lawfully when they shot 41-year-old Christopher Wright. Wright was killed April 7th while trying to escape the Varner unit in Grady. Hunter says that Wilson was heading to work in a field when he ran. He made it outside the prison fence before the officers opened fire and shot him in the back. The prosecutor noted that state law shows deadly force to prevent the escape of a convicted felon. Wilson was serving a 2-life sentence without the possibility of parole for killing 26-year-old Pamela K. Reed and her 8-month-old son, Lucas Reed, in 2002. Arkansas's Attorney General Leslie Rutledge has rejected the wording of a proposed constitutional amendment that would expand the state's ban on lobbyist gifts to elected officials. Rutledge rejected the proposal by Little Rock attorney David Couch that would remove the exemptions from the gift ban for planned events for governmental bodies and travel expenses paid by a national or regional organization. Couch's proposal would impose other new campaign finance restrictions, including a ban on political action committees funded by corporate or limited liability companies. It would also lower the maximum amount a donor can contribute to a candidate from $2,700 to $1,500. The Benton County Quorum Court has selected Meyer Gilbert as the nominee for interim sheriff. Tomorrow night, the Quorum Court will vote to accept or reject the resolution for interim sheriff. The interim sheriff's term will end on December 31st. The sheriff chosen by voters in the November election will then take over on January 1st. The spot was left open by the resignation of Sheriff Kelly Gadrick. The Quorum Court unanimously voted to accept a deal in which Gadrick resigned from office in exchange for $80,000 in salary for the remainder of his term. Gadrick was to face trial in September on charges of falsifying records. U.S. Senator John Boozman has included a provision in the fiscal year 2017 Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development Fund bill that would put Arkansas on path to add another highway to our nation's interstate system. Boozman's provision will designate Highway 67 from North Little Rock to Walnut Ridge as Future at 157. The bill also will give Arkansas the ability to request any segment of the road that is built to interstate standards but be officially added to the federal interstate system designation. The designation establishes in federal law that the region is on track to officially add the Little Rock region to Chicago. Completing the interstate will take a number of years, but Bozeman says there is a very important step in that direction. Before we take a look at the weather for the rest of the work week, here's the way the stock market ended today.
Edwards Grocery is marching into March with these great savings for you. Double G Premium Center Cut Ham Steak, only $1.99 per pound. Selected varieties Breyers Ice Cream, only $3.49. USDA Ground Chuck, only $2.49 in the family pack. Charmin Basic Bath Tissue, 12 double rolls, only $4.99. And selected varieties Kellogg Cereals, 3 for $6.
Edwards Grocery, save your money.
A strong line of thunderstorms made it through the viewing area last night. Fortunately for most of our viewing area, we didn't have any severe damage. We did get some much-needed rainfall, anywhere from 3/4 to an inch of rainfall dropped in a fairly short period of time. That storm system went through around 2 a.m. this morning, moved very quickly, had some high winds, no hail reported in the immediate Harrison area, but to the west of us, obviously Oklahoma getting hit with strong thunderstorms and tornadoes, particularly touching down in the areas of Claremore and Owasso, just north of the Tulsa metropolitan area. Well, we did need the rainfall. Luckily, we got some, not enough, but it turned out to be a beautiful day today. Cloudy skies early and sunny skies in the afternoon with a high temperature this afternoon, about 81 degrees. Of course, the humidity got up a little bit as well. Here's the way it looks as we move on through the work week. Tomorrow, about the same as today. Lots of sunshine out there on Thursday. High temperature around 82 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Friday, another system will get close enough to get us some rainfall and a little cooler temperatures. 72 degrees on Friday with rain in the area, 70% chance of the rain falling in our viewing area. And on Saturday, likewise, 73 degrees with some thunderstorms still in the area, 90% chance of rainfall throughout the day on Saturday. By Sunday, that system again moves off to the northeast and sunny skies, Sunday, 75 degrees. Kick off the work week on Monday with cooler temperatures, about 70 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region as TKO8 News continues.
Spring has arrived in the Ozarks. This is Brent Carell inviting you to Carell Family Gardens and Gifts in Harrison. Whether you need an entirely new landscape or simply need a rose to brighten up a corner of your backyard, we have a large selection of trees and shrubs. We also have Harrison's largest selection of pottery, from terracotta clay pots to gorgeous glazed pots in every imaginable color, shape, and size. Perhaps you're looking for garden benches, outdoor pillows, fountains, lanterns, or maybe just the right gift for someone? We have an array of home decor and gift items. Maybe you need something for your young children or grandchildren? We carry a full inventory of fun items to create fairy gardens and yard art. Are you ready to garden? We carry all the spring vegetables and seeds you need to get your garden growing, along with compost and fertilizer. As the weather continues to warm, we'll have a dizzying display of blooming annuals, perennials, hanging baskets, ferns, roses, and hydrangeas. Carell Family Gardens and Gifts is your locally owned garden and home store located at the north end of Goblin Drive at Industrial Park Road.
Brewster the Rooster here, thanking all of you for offering up a name for me and enjoying the great deal on crispy, crunchy chicken from the Chicken House in Harrison. And an extra special thank you to Joe Carter for coming up with my name, Brewster the Rooster. I'm telling you, I know the family is proud. Yeah. So come see me at the Chicken House and enjoy a great meal for lunch or dinner or both. The Chicken House, the official home of me, Brewster the Rooster.
Valley Springs sent 23 batters to the plate on Monday in a non-conference softball game against Berryville. Berryville's pitcher Emma Hill sent 16 of those batters back to the dugout as victims of strikeouts. The Lady Bobcats went on to win the contest 9-0. Striking early, the Lady Bobcats put 6 runs on the board in the first inning. Allie Tigg led off for Berryville with a single. That was followed by a single from Brittany Hubbard. An error by Lady Tigers allowed Tigg and Hubbard to score. Allie Ashford then drew a walk, and Hill helped her own cause with a 2-run RBI single. Cheney Schultz came on as a courtesy runner for Hill, and she later scored on Jessica Smith's hit. Berryville carried that 6-0 lead into the 5th inning. Harp had a 1-out single and scored on a sacrifice fly to right field by Hill. The last 2 runs of the game came in the top of the 7th inning for the Lady Bobcats. Hubbard reached on an error and then scored on a single by Harp. Harp would score on a double by Ashford. And Yellville Summit's Panthers went into hostile territory on Monday. The Panthers traveled over to Green Forest for a 3A1 East matchup and took a 7-2 victory home. Austin Duvall picked up the win for Yellville Summit as he pitched 4 innings. He allowed 1 run on 4 hits while striking out 3 batters. Nash Dowden closed out the game for the Panthers with 3 innings pitched. He allowed a single run while striking out 3 batters. Aaron Carewood led the Panthers offense, going 2 of 2 at the plate with a pair of walks. He scored 2 runs in the game and added 1 RBI. Caleb Sasser was 3 of 4 at the dish with 1 run scored. The Panthers improved to 8-12 overall on the season with a 3A1 East record of 3-5. Yellville Summit currently sits in 5th place in the conference standings. Green Forest occupies the 8th spot in those standings. And the North Arkansas College Pioneers look to be cruising along for a pair of wins on Monday at Williams Baptist College. However, an error and a hit fly in the 5th inning put the Pioneers back for a 11-6 loss. The Pioneers bounced back, however, and won the second contest 2-1. In the first game, and leading the Pioneer charge was Austin Cochran, who hit 3 times, and Zach George, Wyatt Penley, and Cody Fields added 2 each, along with Mitch Caldwell and Chris Worthy, Baker Wilson, and Jimmy Kaiser with 1 apiece. In the second game, Ty Hauser pitched a complete game for the Pioneers, gave up 3 walks, struck out 12. North Ark put the game away when they scored 2 runs in the 3rd inning. And the University of Arkansas pole vaulter Lexi Weeks has been named Southeastern Conference Freshman of the Week for the 2nd consecutive week. Weeks received the award following her performance at the John McDonnell Invitational in Fayetteville. Weeks vaulted 15 feet and 2 inches for both a personal best and the best outdoor vault of the season. She is currently the 4th-ranked vaulter in the world. Carlos Martinez gave up 3 hits in 8 scoreless innings. Brandon Moss and Stephen Picotti homered, and the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 8-2 on Tuesday night. Martinez won for the 4th time in 4 starts. The 24-year-old right-hander held the Diamondbacks without a hit until David Peralta's 1-out single was in the 4th inning. Moss had 4 hits, including a 3-run homer in the 5th inning. Picotti added a 2-run shot in the 7th. Former Cardinals Shelby Miller threw 4 scoreless innings before St. Louis broke through for 5 runs in the 5th inning. Still, it was a small step forward for Miller, who had battle control issues and hadn't made it past the 2nd inning in his previous 2 outings. Game 3 of the 4-game series is tonight in Phoenix. Adam Wainwright starts for the Cardinals. Patrick Corbin will start for the Diamondbacks. Well, that wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. Thanks for joining us. Join us Monday through Friday at 6:30 and again at 10 p.m. as we continue to bring you local news, weather, sports, and local announcements from around the area on Harrison's broadcast station, TKO Channel 8. Now stay tuned for more local events around our viewing area.
KTKO Channel 8 Harrison. Local television worth watching.